Hi, everybody. Welcome to yet another episode of D2C Chronicles. In this episode of D2C Chronicles, we will be in conversation with Raghav Jhunjhunwala, an ex-IIM Ahmedabad student who is currently working at Bain& and Company as a management consultant. Hi, Raghav. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are proud to have you here with us to share a few bits about management consulting domain. How are you doing? And before we begin, I would like you to give us a short introduction of yourself.
Hi, Alina. Thank you so much. Glad to be here. Doing good. How are you?
I am good too. So I think the new normal is in place and we are all working from our places. That's it for now.
Yeah, sure. Sure. Happy to give a brief background about myself. Name is Raghav, as you rightly called out. Born and brought up in Kolkata. Did my schooling over there and graduation from SRCC New Delhi before coming to IIM Ahmedabad to pursue my MBA. Right after my MBA, I started working with Bain and Company, and I've been there for almost a year. My free time, I like to travel, obviously, which has not been happening for quite some time. I like to read some autobiographies and self-help books. I like to sometimes paint as well. So yeah, this is pretty much what I spend time doing. Happy to get into details as it seems fine. Thanks for having me over.
That sounds great, Raghav. And I'm sure that we're going to get to know a little more about you as and when we talk to you about your work profile. So let's begin with the basics. I would like you to tell us something about your work profile at Bain& and Company. What is it all about?
Sure. So, Alina, I started working with Bain last June. I joined as a junior consultant, right? So basically, what we do is, as management consultants, we advise clients on some of the business problems, which are some very high-level, executive-level problems, like how to enter a market, how to improve profitability, right? So I've been exposed to, multiple sectors, including consumer tech, retail, and serving conglomerates and e-commerce players on various business problems, right from strategy to M&As. For example, I was recently helping a client to devise their market entry strategy into B2B e-commerce, the space which is becoming really hot today with all these geomarts and flipkarts coming in, right? So this is pretty much about what involves in terms of work. Obviously, I have been exposed to 2 3 sectors as of now, whereas in consulting we advise clients on a host of sectors, which can include, let's say, energy, which can include, let's say, automobiles, which can include telecom, IT services, etc., etc. So this is pretty much about the work. In the past 1 year also, I have been exposed to some, global trainings where all the associates from around the world come onto a particular place, and we get exposure into what consulting is, how do we deal with clients, how to manage teams, etc., etc. So yeah, this is pretty much a brief look into what my work has been for the past year.
That's quite an exhaustive detail and detailed information about your work profile. And I believe that this is going to help the incoming batch of students a lot to get a good idea of what a
Yeah.
management consultant at Bain& and Company does. So moving on, Raghav, I would now like you to tell us that how is the domain, how is the profile of a management consultant different from that of all the other consultants? And I'm sure that our viewers would like to know about the different profiles that are offered as consultants once they graduate from these schools.
So you're absolutely right. There are multiple consulting professions. Let's say like HR consulting, tech consulting, finance consulting, all of which are related to a specific management domain, right? But when we say management consulting, we are focused more on high-level strategic discussions. As I was telling you earlier, we focus on CXO level problems which occupy their mind share in terms of how to improve the business rather than just a particular part of the business, right? For example, it can be how to enter a market. I was saying earlier, how to improve profitability, while tech consulting or HR consulting are very niche domains. At B schools like IIM, most consulting profiles are related to management consulting. Let's say like a McKinsey, BCG, Bain, or a Kearney for that matter. All of these firms are focused on strategic level discussions, whereas there are specific profiles in tech consulting as well. For example, Capgemini is a tech consulting firm. So yeah.
Okay, okay, that sounds great. Now, Raghav, we also know that consulting is one of the most sought after profiles in these schools. What
Yeah.
is all the fuss about? I would like you to emphasize on that a little bit.
Got it. So that's a very interesting question. When I was a student, I was going around asking this to all the consultants I could get hold of, right? So, I mean, the one of the actually not one, couple of key things which consulting offers, which I don't think a lot of other professions would offer. First one is a diverse, exposure. It's like an extension of your B school life. In your B school, you are, assigned study groups where you for each course and where you solve a particular project, solve a particular business case. Similarly, in consulting, what happens is we are assigned in a case team of, let's say, 4 to 6 people, and all of the 4 to 6 people in the team, we are working on a particular project for a particular client. So two things here which happen is, first one is change. After every project, which might be a 3 months long or a 9 month long project, you get a change from a team or from an industry to another industry. So you get a diverse experience across multiple industries and multiple functions of business. As I was mentioning earlier, maybe you were in a, let's say, cost optimization case in the past year, but today you're doing a customer experience improvement case, which is very different. So, diversity of experience is one of the key highlights which I find in consulting. The other thing which is very interesting is our problem solving approach, right? So, as when we look at a client's problem, we look at it very analytically with a very data driven approach. We don't have any biases because we haven't been working in that industry for, let's say, 20 years. So we come in with a very fresh perspective, and our problem solving approach is very interesting. What it helps a professional like me develop is a way to think logically and in a structured manner, and even communicate in that way. So these are the two highlights which I would say of consulting, which I used to as a student, which attracted me quite a lot. Obviously, apart from this, there are these side benefits for a person like me who likes to travels a lot. So consulting is a very viable platform to exercise that habit of mine. So yeah, these are the key benefits I would say which consulting offers, at least which inspired me.
Pretty interesting that sounds, and I believe that this is going to give a good message to all our viewers out there that if you love traveling, opt consulting. Anyway, Raghav, how do you find, what is the difference between real world consulting and what B school students expect when they are studying?
Again, couple of things which come to the top of my mind when I was a student, and how what I'm seeing in the past 1 year, how the expectations and reality are different. So two key pointers. First one is the kind of autonomy and responsibility we get, and the second one is the kind of support structure that these firms, especially Bain for that matter, provides, right? When I was a student, I didn't expect that in the first 2 years I will be, driving key recommendations or key problems in the project. I thought that I will be assigned trivial tasks or making slides, but I've come to realize that it is not the case at all. Since the first month of my consulting, I have been involved in high stake work streams. So at high stake work streams and driving, recommendations for the client. Not only that, on the autonomy front, we are provided with enormous amount of independence to be in the driving seat and plan how we want to work and get to the results. And as I was mentioning earlier, one of the key strengths which becomes from this is your ability to figure out your way in the case of ambiguous situations. Got it. That's point one. Point two is your support structure, as I was telling earlier, right? So I'm speaking of Bain, but I'm sure other firms like McKinsey or BCG would also be having a similar kind of support environment around them. So as a student, I did not expect that I will be having enormous amount of investment at an individual level by the firm's end. But I've come to realize that all your formal mentors, informal mentors, your team supervisors and team leaderships, everyone is trying to invest their efforts to build a career for you, not just in terms of Bain, but overall cohesive professional development is what is looked at. So my message to the aspirants out there would be, your contribution from day one will be very important, and don't worry that you will be having enough support for any problem you might face.
I'm sure they'll have plenty of seniors to look up to, and they'll have a lot of people like you who will be willing to share a few insights about the consulting domain out there. That's a pretty interesting information that you have shared, and I think that the expectations of a student are way lower than what actually they witness in the real world in the domain of
Yeah.
consulting, and that is a plus point for everybody who is out there who is willing to join a consulting profile once they graduate out of their B schools. That's very inspiring. Now, Raghav, you have been working under the umbrella of Bain and Company for a pretty long period now. Now, I would like you to walk us through your career trajectory from the very first day into the company to this day. How has it evolved, and what does a career trajectory of a management consultant who has joined fresh from B school look like?
Thanks so much, Alina, for that question. So I wouldn't sugarcoat my career trajectory too much because it hasn't been much till yet. So my ride till now has been pretty smooth. Have been working at Bain for 13 months. So as I told you, I joined as a junior consultant, or let's say associate consultant, as we call it in the industry. After 1 year, the level changes to a junior consultant two, or a senior associate consultant, as we call it in the industry. So that has been pretty much it in terms of my career trajectory. After the outward looking perspective would be, after you come from a B school, a couple of years you work as a junior consultant, and then you get promoted to a consultant level, let's say. That's a normal trajectory. Obviously there are scopes for advanced growth as well, but a couple of years as a junior consultant, a couple of years as a consultant, and then a few years as a manager, and then you get promoted to a partner. So that is a long term 7-8 year trajectory, your right to the partner, for the students out there. But just in terms of work, right, how I have seen my role evolve even within that 1 year is quite important, right? So I started out with some small tasks, small projects, and the responsibility and the ownership which was given project after project has increased enormously. The clients are depending on me right now to deliver some of the results, while in the first few cases, the first month, the clients were depending more on my seniors than me. So this is a difference which we have observed in the entire 1 year. And that is why I say consulting is a very a platform which provides a steep learning curve, which might not be very easily available with other professions.
Absolutely. The way you talk of it seems like your dream came true when you joined Bain and Company. That's very nice. Let us talk about the very first step, that is the placement process. So, what does the placement process of Bain and Company look like, and what do they expect from students when they're recruiting them?
So the process of all consulting firms, in fact, for that matter, is very similar. By consulting, I mean management consulting, like Bain, BCG, McKinsey, right? So the process is very simple. It starts with a resume shortlisting process, out of which a select set of students, let's say 40, 50 students, are selected for the final interview process. And those selected candidates then go to a round of interactions with the company. This goes on, let's say, for 3 week or 4 week long process, in which there are multiple components involved. One of which is, let's say, buddy interactions. Second is formal dinners. Third is informal case workshops, etc. Right. So not all of these components are very evaluative in nature. These are more to provide the students with all the required information and all the required support to prepare for the process, because the process is quite different from any other interview which you might know. So that is one. The other thing is some elements of this process, let's say like formal dinner, are are there to test the student or test the candidate in terms of how well they are positioned to fit in the consulting environment, because it is required in consulting to interact with the clients a lot. How well will they be suited to fit in Bain and interact with clients? All those things are tested through this 1 month long process, rather than just the final interview, rather than facing keeping the decision for the final interview. So this is that intermediary part of the process. The final part is the final interview, right, which is on the D day, which we call it day one or day zero, depending on campus to campus. There goes 3 rounds of interviews for these companies specifically. All these rounds are mostly case interviews, where the candidates are presented with a business case from the partner, or let's say manager from the firm, and then they have to spend 20-25 minutes to figure out how to solve that case. They have to explain the logical thinking, and they have to demonstrate they can think in a logical and structured manner. So that is relating to your question about what we look for in candidates when we go out to recruit. So that is the most important requirement, which I would say, that ability to think in logical and structured manner. The other important requirement for the candidates is on the softer side, that if we position them as a consultant at Bain, would they fit well with firm's culture? Would they fit well in front of clients? So those softer aspects are somehow evaluated through the interaction process and also through the final interview. Then we have some components related to the fit interview, let's say, which are very relevant as well. So yeah, these are the key steps in the B school interview process for consulting firms. Like consulting, as I was saying earlier, that we cater to many clients from diverse industries, right? It is not a requirement to have knowledge of all those industries. When I interviewed for my Bain process, the business problem was related to telecom industry. I did not know much about the telecom industry apart from obviously the basics which we read in the news, right? I did not know what are the growth drivers. I did not know how the industry trends are looking like, but that was not a hindrance, right? So the thing with their testing is your potential to learn and potential to drive discussions in a logical manner rather than your knowledge, because knowledge can be developed with time. Not all consultants can know about all industries, right? We learn about industries in the process. So this is actually one of the very important things, right? Because when I was a student, this came to my mind as well. If the interview is about, let's say, defense industry, I don't know much. Defense sector, I don't know much. What will I do? But that has never been an hindrance. What the thing is, first level principles, how to solve any business problem. That is what is tested.
Okay, that sounds perfect. Let's talk about the role of a college during placement. So, do you think that IIM Ahmedabad had a major role to play when you got placed at Bain and Company?
Yes, definitely. College plays a very important role in the case of placements, especially at these consulting firms, which do a lot of institutional hiring. It becomes very important to have such a platform. For me personally, I am Ahmedabad provided a platform for multiple things, right? First, obviously, physically, it provided a platform where these companies come to recruit. So companies like Bain, BCG, McKinsey don't go to all colleges, or even in the B school world, they go to select 5 or 6 B schools to recruit from the campuses, right? Obviously, there's a process of lateral hiring, which happens at a later stage. But at this stage of my life, I would expect, actually not expect, I would wish that my college has these firms who come to recruit. So that is one which I am provided at a ready level, right? The second one is, providing an environment with like-minded individuals who share similar ambitions. This helped in two things. First one is it provided a competitive environment where I had to polish myself really well to be to come in the light of these firms, both from a CV level and from an interview level. Both of these really help to provide a competitive environment. The second one is that having all your similar having friends of similar interests and similar ambitions really helps you to take the leverage to learn and prepare for the interviews. As I was saying earlier, the interview process is a case interview process which you have to practice for a lot. So I am the one provided those set of individuals with whom I could connect and practice for interviews. That also really helped me a lot. And obviously, apart from this, there are other things as well, like having those courses which shape your business acumen, which really provides you an advantage in the interview. Having the ecosystem of seniors and alumni who have been there and done that, so to take their advice and understand what should be done, what should not be done to in consulting or whether in the recruitment process, etc.
Absolutely. I think that I too believe that college does play a major role when recruiting students when it comes to placement, especially the part where you mentioned that about the case studies, where you have to be very sure about the case when entering the interview process. I think it's very important for you. The college plays a very important role. Now, in line with that, how different is the interview process of Bain and Company from all the other consulting organizations? And if a student per se is willing to sit for the placement process of Bain and Company, how should they prepare?
So, Alina, as I was saying earlier, the process of consulting firms, especially these management consulting firms at B schools, is quite similar. Almost all the consulting firms that I have looked at start with CV shortlisting, then company interactions, and then the final interviews, which is based on your case interviews rather than the typical interviews which you have for any other job. So, in terms of comparison, I wouldn't say there's much to differentiate from that matter. On your second question about how should one prepare, I would say that case interview process is not something something which you can prepare notes and read some books and go for the interview. You have to actually practice the cases and understand the process of solving cases, and devise an approach to tackle any problem, any business problem which you're given in the interview. It is very interactive in nature. So what becomes very critical is your practice with your friends or whoever the peers are in your campus. You have to sit and practice mock cases with them. You can leverage the tools which are available online. Let's say the books, case books, which the campuses have. Some case books like Case Interviews Cracked, Case in Point, and some of the videos which are readily available on YouTube. Let's say like Victor Chang's videos. These tools really help to understand how to approach a case. What does the case interview entail? And then these provide a ready set of mock cases, which are just typically the interviews which your alumni has previously given in the past to these companies. So these experiences really help to understand what went well, what does not go well, and how to improve.
Okay, okay. I think you have mentioned in detail what a student has to do, especially for the case interviews,
Yeah,
and how practice and your friend circle plays a very crucial role when you're preparing for an interview process.
definitely. For consulting, that's very important. So typically, we organize ourselves in case groups. Let's say of 3 to 4 people who sit daily and practice cases. We role play as an interviewer and as an interviewee, and we conduct mock cases and then discuss what went well, what did not went well. So that becomes interactive process with your peers, becomes actually the pillar of your preparation. Without that, I don't think the process of case interviews can be cracked so well.
Okay, okay, perfect. Now, you have shed some good light on how a student should prepare for his or her interview. Let's draw this session to a close. And with that, what advice would you like to give to the students who are willing to join Bain and Company as a management consultant? Or if not Bain and Company, if they are willing to join as a management consultant somewhere in some organization, what should they do?
So I'm not a person who is very prescriptive about what one should or should not do. However, since you have asked, I'll share my 2 cents. So I'll share from a perspective of coming into consulting, right? So for those students or who want to pursue this career, a wide welcome. Consulting provides like a steep learning curve and exposure into a lot of things which are difficult to get early on in any other profession. That is one. And some of the tips I would say on the preparation front, what I've discovered from all my interviews which I've given in the past is that letting go of stress and focusing on the basics is the key. Don't overstress yourself and don't complicate your process, right? Case interviews is not rocket science. It's just a process which you need to follow by applying common sense and logic. And if you practice in a disciplined manner, I'm sure you'll get there. And lastly, if nothing else works, your confidence can crack the interview for you. I've done it multiple times where I'm unable to figure out how to communicate and how to answer a particular question, but that has not stopped me. And I can say for sure that it has mattered a lot in all my interviews. I went blank in my interview for Bain. I went blank in my interview for my internship with AT Kearney. I went blank in my interview for IIM Ahmedabad as well. But keeping your calm and maintaining that confidence is very important. Uh, that portrays that you can let you can withhold any turbulence which might occur in your client interactions or in terms of any part of the process in consulting as well. So yeah, that would be my 2 cents.
That's very true, Raghav. The points that you mentioned about staying calm and keeping your confidence and staying confident, and I'm sure that it plays a very pivotal role in defining where you're going to be with that company and whether or not the company is going to select you or recruit you for that matter.
Definitely, definitely.
Thank you so much, Raghav, for being with us today. I'm sure it's going to inspire a lot many B school aspirants and B schoolers out there. We wish you the best for all your future endeavors. Stay home, stay safe, and take care.
Thank you so much, Alina, for having me over. Had a nice time.